All right, here with Chris Giffin after LN beats Attucks 72-71. And Chris, probably not the finish that you exactly wanted to have happen. Attucks made it a kind of a crazy game at the end. They ran out of timeouts, so they scored at the end, hit a three, but the time runs out, and you guys were able to put it away. But I know as we talk here, something you guys can learn from certainly. Probably at some points you want to pull the ball out a little bit more. But what'd you tell the guys after the game?
Well, I told them first and foremost that I was proud that we did enough on the scoreboard to win the game. We kind of backed ourselves and almost snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, but we did enough. We had talked to them in that last timeout about how Attucks was out of timeouts, and so if they were able to score the ball with under 5 or close to 5, even that we didn't need to inbound the ball because they couldn't stop it. So we really had 5 more seconds, or they had 5 less, I should say, than the clock indicated. But I just felt like down the stretch, when we had a nice little margin there for a game like this, we made some plays that were just not basketball savvy plays. Some quick shots from deep. Defensively, we certainly let them turn loose a little bit with the drive and got some quick baskets. But more so than anything, it was the shot selection down the stretch, starting at, I think, maybe about the 4 or 5 minute mark. And we hit a couple shots that weren't really good shots either. And we talked about that as well. That, shot selection is not contingent upon whether it goes in or not. A shot is either a good shot or a bad shot. And if it goes in and it's a bad shot, it doesn't mean it's a good shot. And sometimes, it's just like if you're in Las Vegas and you spin the wheel, and you get that intermittent reinforcement. You take a bad shot, and you hit it, you think, well, it wasn't a good shot, right? And so we had a couple of those. But down at the stretch, I thought, Attucks, I think they were 15 of 15 from the free throw line. That's tough to do in any game against any opponent. And we were 9 of 16. Right. So there's a little disparity there in a tight game. But all in all, obviously very pleased to beat that team under any scenario. Should have been a little bit smoother, and it wasn't.
Pretty balanced scoring for you guys tonight. I think Xavier Robinson had 17. Mm-hmm. Brendan Miller got off to a hot start, ends up with 14. Yep. I think both those guys, just bring a lot to the table, not only from a scoring standpoint, but, Xavier, I know he's been, kind of a slow start as far as physically. I know he missed a game because he was sick, and obviously came off a concussion and just some things holding him back. But, man, I thought he played outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he plays with a kind of a reckless abandon about him, both offensively and defensively, and occasionally that'll get him into trouble. And we kind of talk about curtailing it and make the smarter plays at times. But, man, his effort, intensity, and obviously his skill set, his competitive drive. There's nobody I'd rather have the ball than Stink with the clock running down or whatever. And Brennan, to talk on him, for a sophomore to be as poised as he is and to contribute in so many ways, not just scoring the ball, but he's been our leading rebounder. I think he's gotten double digits in all 6 games that we've played. Plays solid post defense, smart guy, gets people talking, gets people where they need to be offensively and defensively. So he's a leader in that regard as well.
You guys are now 6-0 on the season. I know a lot to learn from for this game, but obviously off to a really good start. You got some good pieces. Your team obviously has got you got some guys who can score for you. You got some guys who can rebound now. Just where do you think you kind of feel like you're at through 6 games of the season?
Well, I think given some of the health and injury issues that we face, I think I told somebody else today, this is as healthy as we've been was for this ball game tonight. And there's some guys that have gotten playing time up to this point that didn't even enter the game tonight because we have gotten some guys back. Davion Hampton, Jamar Thompson. Hampton, I thought, played really well in pretty big minutes. So we're as healthy as we've been. So from that standpoint, I like where we're at. Obviously, you can't do better than 6-0, but we've had some games where the Brownstown game where we dodged a potential bullet and Benter not playing. So, we've got Southport, I think, Friday, and then next week we've got a 2-game week with Franklin Central, who's very competitive based on the scores that I've seen, and we play up at Marion. Right. So, and then we get into Warren and the Marion County tournament, which, as you know, is always a grind. So I like where we're at. I especially am thankful right now that we're healthy. Hopefully we can stay that way. We need to get Stink's conditioning back up. We need to get Kai McGrew's conditioning back up. He kind of got hurt there late and never re-entered, but I like where we're at.
And so this is it for you guys are off the rest of the week now, or you got
We play Friday night at Southport.
Friday night
At Southport. So we'll watch film and shoot free throws and maybe get some spot shooting tomorrow. Practice Thursday and then play Friday. Then we'll be off a few days for Christmas, and then come back and get ready for the Franklin Central Marion kind of back to back. I think Thursday and Friday of the following week.
Good deal. Well, again, Chris Giffin, Lawrence North wins 72-71. A moment of silence tonight for Eric Montross too. Before the game, unfortunately passed away a couple days ago on Sunday, only 52 years old, and pretty sad situation for him and his family. But nice for you guys to recognize him tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, he did a lot for the community, and obviously was an unbelievable, example of a Lawrence North graduate, a Lawrence North basketball player, a student athlete that went on to do great things at Carolina, Boston. It was nice to have Coach Kiefer in the house tonight, who coached him obviously as well. So
right, I didn't even notice him until
he kind of stuck in, I think. Yeah. Well, he can eat cookies now. At retirement, he gets to do whatever he wants.
That's right. Well, thanks a lot, Chris. Okay. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right, here with Azavier Robinson, 72-71 winner over Attucks tonight, and I know not exactly how you guys wanted to finish this game exactly, but what do you learn from it? I know because you're up by 10-12 most of the game, late in the game even. Mm-hmm. And talking to Coach Giffin, just some shots probably that didn't need to be taken, and some things down the stretch that maybe you can learn from. But what did you guys talk about after the game?
Just taking better shots down the stretch, not shooting shots that we don't need to shoot, and trying to get to the line or get layups in those type of situations, and just having better time score in those situations and having higher IQ as a team.
Attucks a really tough team too. They were attacking there late. Mason Lewis got to the basket a few times, but overall a good win. How did you feel overall about how you guys played tonight?
I wasn't really happy with the way we played today, but I'm still happy we got the win. We pulled it out. I feel like we made the game way harder than we needed to be, and we just need to get in practice and fix the mistakes.
6-0 right now so far in the season. Just overall in the season, how are you feeling about things? Excuse me, sorry.
Feeling good, and I'm feeling very confident about our team and us finishing out strong, having a strong year. Last year we started off rough. This year we started off strong, so that says a lot, and just our team overall in general.
You've got some guys who really are stepping into some bigger roles for you too, like Brendan Miller in particular. What do you see out of his game and what he's doing maybe different than last year?
A lot. He's improved a lot. He's already got like 5 double-doubles out of the 6 games we played, and he's actually averaging a double-double. He does he brings a lot of positive things for us. He's a young leader. He can stretch the floor. That helped me and Kobe for whenever we want to get in the paint, and we can just kick it out to him and Kyle. So that brings a good addition to our team.
I feel like, too, you guys haven't really had everybody healthy at the same time, and you haven't really kind of, hit your full stride yet. Is that kind of how you see it so far?
Yeah, I feel like, me personally, I haven't been able to play consistently. I haven't even been able to be in the gym consistently due to whether it's concussion injuries or having the flu. I currently just missed out having the flu. We had 4 of our players had the flu, and but we're gonna get it rolling now. It's just the beginning.
You guys play Southport later this Friday, right? And then that'll be it until post Christmas. So I know a lot of big games upcoming. The county's upcoming. That's always a good time in January, and obviously some big games down the road. But the pieces seem to be there for this team, and what maybe. Lastly, kind of what's maybe changed for you from a leadership standpoint this year?
Being more of a vocal leader and stay being a leader by example. There's a lot of things that I got to work on, but whenever my teammates mess up, I got to learn how to tell them right from wrong in a positive way and make sure they keep their head in the game.
Well, again, we thank Stink Robinson had 17 points tonight. LN wins 72-71 over Attucks to improve to 6-0 on the season. Thanks a lot, Xavier.